Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Is Clarissa starting trouble? Is Clarissa, the goat, out here starting trouble? Did she release a fox in the hen house and got Baumgardner trying to flush that fox up out of there? Or run up out the house and got Dubois standing outside ready to put the bing-bings on AB? Clarissa's setting the board, man. Isn't that crazy? Clarissa playing chess, not checkers. Excuse me, I just sneezed. She is playing chess, not checkers, by publicly encouraging a fight between Dubois and Baumgardner. She's not just making a suggestion, man. She is shaping the division. The fox in the hen house idea, let me tell you, is Caroline, young, hungry, fearless. Alycia, established, marketable, proven. Clarissa, watching from the top. The bottom line is Clarissa may be pushing chaos into a division she doesn't directly control, but she still influences, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Talking about the abuse of power, the abuse of being the A side, the abuse of being the face of women's boxing. That's what it is. Now, there's been a long-standing tension between Clarissa and Alycia. Clarissa and Alycia Baumgardner have had public friction for years. The tension comes from competing for spotlight in women's boxing, I think differences in personality and branding, and who represents the face of the sport. The reality is both fighters are confident. They're very vocal, unwilling to take a back seat. So this creates a natural rivalry, even without them fighting. We've seen them on the airplane. We see them in they were in some arena and arguing, and Baumgardner put her hand in Clarissa's face, and Clarissa moved her hand out, and Clarissa was trying to rush towards it. They had to separate them. You know, Clarissa, she stayed locked and loaded. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason her movie was titled The Fire Inside. Clarissa got the fire inside, outside, upside, downside, to the left-hand side. You know what I'm saying? She passing the Dutchie. Clarissa don't give a shit. But that natural rivalry been crazy. And that was spilled over to Dubois, where some people feel is being hyped up to get in there, man, and make Alycia uncomfortable. Now, the strategy behind encouraging Dubois. Dubois is an intelligent lady. I think Dubois may have wanted to fight Alycia anyway. But when you got Clarissa in the mix, you can't help but look at how this shit's playing out and say, damn, Clarissa is pushing Dubois towards Baumgardner. Getting in the ring, grabbing Dubois around the thighs and hoisting her in the air. Yeah, man, yeah, Dubois, yeah. Yeah, man, please, yeah. All that high-pitched shit was going on. It's crazy. So she's inserting a dangerous variable into Alycia's path. Possible strategic angles could be if Dubois wins, new rival emerges. If Baumgardner wins, she takes wear and tear. Either way, Clarissa benefits indirectly. And that's why I'm surprised MVP is allowing all this bullshit to go on. They're like, oh, it's a family affair or family dispute or something like that. Nah, no, it's not. It's what you call taking it to the stupid. Now, for what I just described, it's called indirect competition strategy. You've seen it happen before. You get somebody out there who wants to act tough, but they're really afraid, and they find the person who's willing to go out there and do something, whether it's fight, play on the railroad tracks, nigger knock, steal something. There's always that one person who's willing to do it. Remember that commercial? Mikey will do it. Hey, get Mikey. Mikey will do it, eating the cereal. And that's what it is, you know. So influence outcomes without stepping into the ring yourself. Influence the outcome without doing it yourself. I'm telling you, as a kid, how many of us rang doorbells and did bullshit? They call it, what do they call that shit now? Ding-dong ditching? We ain't call it that. We call it nigger knocking. You know what I'm saying? And there was always be a group of us, be like 40 of us. And there'd be a handful that was scared to do it. But the bottom line here, I'm not saying Clarissa's scared. I just know she can't get down and wait to fight Alycia Baumgardner. So you got someone who's close to the weight, who she has a relationship with, and I'm sure there have been talks. And Clarissa's hyping it up. Now, Caroline Dubois, she's hungry. But some say she's being guided. I think she naturally wants to fight, but I think Clarissa is kind of hyping her up. You know what I'm saying? Dubois clearly wants big fights, big names, fast rise. But the optics, right? This is what we're talking about, optics. So for those of you who hear what you want to hear, hold your horses, stop taking it to the stupid. Look up the definition of optics. It can look like she's being nudged into a high-risk fight. That creates the question, as far as Dubois, is this ambition or is this external pressure at the elite level? See, that's the argument. Pressure at the highest level. In everyday life, peer pressure is obvious. In boxing, it's subtle. It looks like public callouts, social media nudges. If you're great, prove it now narratives. For a young fighter like Dubois, saying no can look like fear. Saying yes can be risky. This is elite level psychological pressure, folks, where reputation is constantly on the line. Now, what sucks is Baumgardner is put in an awkward position because Baumgardner is the A side in this scenario. Hooks and looks, established star, brand conscious. So her stance, we fight when it makes sense for me. That's not ducking. That's leverage management. We all have at some point in time exercised leverage management. If it wasn't with your kids or with paying a bill or whatever, going to the bathroom, taking a piss, we've all exercised leverage management. Baumgardner controls the timing, money, and the platform. It is what it is. So when I look at all this, I'm like, all right, let me try to explain why do rivalries form? Some people are just haters. You can look at some people, look at their life, look at the way they speak, look at their face, look at their teeth, understand their background. They're fucking losers. There's nothing that can be done for them. So with those people, you just have to ignore them because they're losers. But when you come talking about these women, I don't see any losers here. I see all women who deserve to be respected. Now, but from a psychological standpoint, what fans often see in rivalries like this can be explained by a social comparison theory. People constantly compare themselves to others in their field, especially those competing for status, recognition, influence. Then there's the status threat. When someone rises quickly or gains attention, others may feel their position is challenged. Then there's a competitive identity conflict. Two fighters both see themselves as the one, the face. That creates tension, even without direct conflict. So the Dubois versus Baumgardner dynamic, some people say is because they feel like Claressa and Dubois are jealous of Baumgardner because they say, these aren't my words, they're saying because Dubois is cute, because Dubois has the physique. Others say, nah, it's that and more because she's light-skinned with long hair. And I'm like, I don't know if I can put that one on Dubois. On Clarissa, I don't even know if I want to put that on her, but I understand what was said in the past, just in general, about some women who are harassing her online. But at the end of the day, fans are gonna have an opinion. I'm not saying anyone's right. I'm not saying they're wrong, but we having conversation. We have conversation on my channel. That's what a lot of the ladies are saying. Creating tension even without direct conflict. Because what has Dubois done to, what has Baumgardner done to Dubois? You know what I'm saying? What has she done? Nothing that I'm aware of, except be 5 pounds below her as far as in weight class. That's what makes this Dubois-Baumgardner dynamic interesting. Dubois wants to fight. Well, obviously, it fast tracks her career, puts her in the spotlight instantly, but it's dangerous. Baumgardner's experienced. Baumgardner knows how to handle big moments. And fans are split. Some say, yo, take the risk. Others say too soon. So Dubois is in a situation where some support her aggression, her ambition. Others are like, yo, she's taking it to the stupid. But at the end of the day, you got to understand the bigger play here. There's a much bigger play taking place, and it's by Claressa Shields. Clarissa doesn't need to fight either woman right now or ever will because her and Dubois are friends. Although her and Alycia are not, they are nowhere close to the same weight, and I don't think they will ever be anywhere close to the same weight, even in a catch weight. Those women are too small. You see Clarissa standing next to Caroline Dubois? That shit look like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito and twins. That won't work. That's like seeing somebody walk out here and one leg is shorter than the other, and they got that big ass platform shoe, walking looking crazy. That's what that is. You got the long leg, the regular leg, then you got the other leg that's coming up a bit short. But one thing about Clarissa, yo, man, abuse of the A-side privilege, abuse of the face of women boxing power. She's sitting back getting a kick out of the shit. Yeah, I'll fight Shadesha. You have Dubois fight Baumgardner. Yeah, have her fight on the co-main, put him on my undercard. Yeah. Because she really feels that Caroline Dubois will beat Baumgardner. And if Caroline Dubois does, let me tell you something. If Caroline Dubois beats Baumgardner, you will see Caroline Dubois celebrate, but that ain't gonna be shit. Clarissa gonna come in the ring, clear the ring out. Everybody, get back, get in the corner. Hey, move out the way. Watch out. Bring that piece of cardboard in here. Put it down. All right, everybody watch out. And she'll start breakdancing in that motherfucker. Clarissa be back spinning, shoulder rolling, hand spinning, head spinning, doing all kind of somersault. She'll be doing all kind of shit in there. Probably start goddamn electric sliding, heel toeing. You think I'm playing? She probably even be dancing to one of them Maserati Bud songs. He got some shit that sound like it play at the barbecue. I'm not playing. But Claressa Shields, she don't need to fight Baumgardner ever. I doubt she ever will. Baumgardner too small, and Dubois is like her little sister. So by speaking on it, Clarissa draws attention, influences matchmaking conversations, keeps herself at the center, has the whole damn boxing fraternity paying attention to not just herself, now Baumgardner and Dubois. And to be honest with you, I'm going to do a whole nother video on this. Clarissa may be trying to take the attention off of her and throw it on Alycia, throw it on Baumgardner, throw it on Dubois. Make the internet hate them so they can stop hating her. This way she can go focus on her and Papoose and having a little Pap Jr. next year and start a family and leave all the chaos on these other two women. And she there cool, in the breeze, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, people. That is power without participation. And Papoose don't even seem to be involved on this one. Claressa Shields released a fox in the hen house and created chaos. Oh, shit. I'm glad y'all MNFers set it off. Used to be hard. Now you done went soft. The situation's not random. People is layered. Clarissa's influencing from the top. She's the puppet master. Pay attention. Alycia is protecting A-side leverage. Dubois chasing greatness but facing real risk. And the fans, we out here in the breeze watching a high-level chess match disguised as call-outs. And you got one person who's leading the goddamn effort and creating all the drama. As usual, wherever she goes, it's the go. Starting goddamn trouble. Y'all keep cool. Y'all know I always got errands to run. In the breeze.